I'm Ted Peters. I am co-editor of the journal Theology and Science. We have a research center here in Berkeley called the Center for Theology and Natural Sciences. It's part of the Graduate Theological Union, and our mission is to bring leading scientists and theologians and ethicists and religious studies people together to interact, especially if we can get an interaction that goes both directions. We'll call it a creative mutual interaction between faith and science. Well, I grew up in a conservative Christian family, Lutheran family in the Detroit area. My dad was an automotive engineer. And he was, I guess, your classic Bible thumping 6-day creationist. And he would tell me stories about how those godless evolutionists were all wrong. And he worried about what would happen to me when I go off to the university. So I went off to Michigan State University, and sure enough, I got into biology class, and the subject of evolution came up, and it sounded really interesting to me. And one day the professor got up on the desk and folded his legs, and he said, "Now, I know a lot of you students come from religious families, but what you're learning in this class about the science of evolution has absolutely nothing to do with your faith." And I thought, oh, something's not right here. I wonder if it's kind of like Shakespeare, methinks thou dost protest too much. And so then I really got kind of interested. Well, what is the connection then? And over time, I started studying philosophy, and then eventually got into the natural sciences. And there's only one world here. It's the world created by God, and I've discovered that the scientists are the prophets who tell us what God's creation looks like. So I no longer believe like my dad did, and at the same time, I have a genuine appreciation for the marvels of creation, and I am thanking God that He gave us the scientists to help us understand it. The really live issue that concerns me most these days has to do with the ethics of space exploration. Well, right behind that, of course, is the question of how big is God's creation? Is it really 13.2 billion years long in time and 95 billion light years across in the whole cosmos? So that's a big question for me. But most of the scientists who are doing the engineering to get us to Cassini or Titan or to the outer planets, they're all concerned about the technical issues. And I love the Promethean aspiration of the scientists who want to take us elsewhere within the solar system, and even to make connection with intelligent creatures on exoplanets. And what I find important as a public policy issue, as a cultural issue, is that there's not much thought given to the long-range impact for the peoples and the ecosphere here on Earth. These scientists are extremely conscientious, to be sure, but it would be nice if they could formulate the ethical and moral issues in order to anticipate how we on Earth are actually going to experience, we hope, will be rather dramatic changes about our place in the universe that they're going to discover. So I spent a lot of time on that, and today happens to be the day in which a book that we've been working on in Berkeley for 6 or 7 years now, called Astrotheology, was just published. And basically it's a long list of problems that somebody needs to solve. It's a big mistake to automatically assume that there's a conflict between faith and natural science. And it may look like there's one because whether you're a Jew or a Christian or even a member of one of these long religious traditions such as Hinduism or Buddhism, where your fundamental worldview was formulated in a pre-modern age. And now we live in a modern age that is so imbued with scientific understandings, we tend to just disregard everything that was pre-modern. Well, God is neither modern nor pre-modern. He belongs in both, as far as I can tell. And at the very heart of scientific research and discovery is a curiosity that is generated by wonder. And in some ways, I think God just put that little element of curiosity and wonder in the human soul so that we would go on this search for wonderful and beautiful things. So I genuinely see science as today's continuation of the great inquiries that began with our ancestors a couple of millennia ago now. And it's really been in continuity, this curiosity about the world and curiosity about God beyond the world all along. And I don't think that should change in the near future.